I'm basically going to introduce you.
Ladies and gentlemen, men's doubles 60 plus advanced medal ceremony. All the guys who are playing and competing for the whole day, please come to the stage.
We're not.
Yep, we're going live now.
It's going live now for the intro.
Welcome everybody to day 3 of the Oceania Open here in the Gold Coast. And with me I have Brendan Lee, the Executive Officer of Australian Pickleball.
It's great to be here tonight, Tony, and I think we're in for a bit of a treat here coming up in this men's semi-final.
That's right. If you're wondering why I've got Brendan Lee, we have Gordon Watson who's actually playing today, so he might be joining us later with his funny little antics. But we do have a brilliant pickleball mind and player next to me, so I'm going to be intrigued for your insight.
You're very kind, and I only hope I can half replicate Gordon's talent out here tonight.
So the players are warming up behind us right now, so we're going to throw to an ad and we'll see you very shortly.
And the bronze
And welcome back. We are now live on the 3rd day of the Oceania Open, and we have some men's doubles action, the open grade, 2 semi-finals followed by the final.
And as I usually ask, is it time now, Dora?
So warming up other players, we have Martin Clark and Vish.
Vishal Masand taking on Taylor Smith and Caden Hensel, and all Gold Coast Brisbane-based players out here tonight. Australia's represented well.
We have, and even the other semi-final, we've got all Australians. So if you're an Aussie,
And
you'll be sport for choice. So players, all players know each other quite well.
They do, and that's a hot start there already by all 4 players. They've had a pretty good warm-up out here. Round robin play finished an hour or a couple of hours ago now, and they've been out here the last half an hour, getting their eye in, getting ready for this semi-final.
Here's our first point. So Taylor serving to Martin Clark. And settling into a dink rally. We'll see lots of dinks.
Oh, what an aggressive volley there by Taylor Smith to put that one away, because that's not easy to get one past Vishal either, because his hands are very quick and he defends and resets very well.
So would you say the 2 tall timber guys, they're going to be the more aggressive players on court?
We know them as what the tall towers, I think Mike Newell calls them, or something like that. Both boys are over 6 foot tall, great reach, but also great athletes all round. Good patience. Oh, that may have caught the line there, that dink, judging by Martin's reaction there. That kicked off that line.
3-0-2's the score.
And a very quick start here by Caden and Taylor.
Yeah, just to refresh everyone's memory, this is a semi-final. We're only playing 1 game to 15 points.
Good attacking volley there by Vish. You'll notice that we have a righty and lefty combination up here with Vish and Martin. So that obviously helps a lot as well, having those two forehands in the middle of the court. Ooh, Taylor looking for an opening up the line there. Didn't quite find it.
And the ball's come over to the commentary box.
Bit of action for us. All right, first point there for Vish and Martin. Great drop there by Martin. Gets in nicely. Taylor just missing the fourth there. And our officials for this match are Kylie Dunn and Margot Tredenick. So Kylie is the main referee and Margot as the eyes on the other side of the court. Great drop by Vish. All four players are in, sitting up.
So when we do have two referees, because we didn't have that previously, what is the second referee looking for?
Yep, so Margot is there for the no volley zone, the kitchen violations on her side of the court essentially, but also extra eyes on line calls as well. Predominantly she's just going to be looking for the kitchen violations, but also to, if players do query a call to the referees, Margot is the second eyes there. All right, they get the ball back up there and do Caden and Taylor, 3-2-1. Look at those resets by Vish.
So Taylor, the aggressor on that occasion, speeding the ball straight.
Caden serving at 4-2-1. Boys playing a very neutral style up that end, not stacking.
Yes, I was going to ask you about stacking with the combination closest to the camera. We'll see Vish on the right-hand side all the time.
Yeah, unless something severely drastically changes up this end and they need to make adjustments, they won't unstack. They'll keep Vish on the right-hand side, Martin on the left. It's playing to their strengths. It's playing that backhand dink cross court for both of those players. So I don't see them unwinding that stack anytime soon. Six, 2-1 already.
Yes, nice handy lead.
It just looks like Martin and Vish it's hard to hit a good dink to Caden and Taylor when they're so tall. Your dinks have to be so precise and you have to move them around and get them off balance where they've got to let that ball bounce. Vish and Martin haven't had success there yet, but hopefully they get their eye in here soon.
Yes, their reach is unbelievable. Their wingspan.
Definitely the combined tallest doubles combination here tonight, I think.
And great to see Taylor back on the court. I believe he hasn't been very active lately.
Yeah, look, he plays a few tournaments. He picks and chooses where he goes. I think, like most, they still depend on their full-time jobs to help fund their pickleball career. And Taylor is a businessman. He has a mechanic business, Steve Smith Automotive, on the Gold Coast. So he is very preoccupied keeping that business up and running. So we see him at the major tournaments around Australia generally.
And that 8-2 scoreline brings a change of ends. That happened in a blink of eye.
That was very quick. There wasn't many side outs there at all. The boys have been very successful when they've had the ball in hand. Taylor and Caden have in accumulating those points. So Vish and Martin just need to get the ball back up their end here. And I'm not sure if there's much of a difference in the ends. Maybe Caden and Taylor were up a better end there. It's hard to tell from over here at the commentary booth with the conditions out there. I'm not sure if there's been much comment over the previous nights or...
Not previous nights, but I was on the court myself earlier with Gordon Watson, and the end that you just spoke about does have the wind. So if you're down here, you'd be hitting into the wind.
Okay, and a missed serve. So here's an opportunity for Vish and Martin now. Let's see if they can capitalise here, get a few points on the scoreboard and maybe apply a bit of scoreboard pressure. It's a game to 15. There's still a lot left in this match yet. great dink from behind him there. He did
Yes.
really well to pick that up. This is what Martin Clark loves. He loves backhand dink rallies. He just thrives for this moment. Look at him moving Taylor around. That's what we just said before. If they can get the big fellas moving, that's where they might see some success, Tony. Here comes the speed up. Great reset.
Great hands by Caden.
My
going long.
goodness, what a great point that was. Some great attacking play there from Martin Clark. And they get another one on the board. 3-9. Sorry,
Yes.
3-8.
Nice little confidence booster. And they needed that. I was surprised they didn't use a timeout in that before that change of end. Because you do have a couple of timeouts in the semi-finals.
They will get 2 timeouts in this game to 15. Lots of balls going Taylor's way at the moment. The players must feel that maybe Caden's seeing the ball a little bit better than Taylor, hence the direction there.
Just
So
update the scores. It's 4-9.
4-9 on 1. So 2 points here added to the scoreboard for Vish and Martin. They will like that. Oh, lucky roll off the net there for Taylor Smith, but he's going to take that. Let's be honest.
He is. And Caden was playing, we saw him last night, so maybe they think Taylor could be the player to target.
Great poach there by Vish. That lefty coming across to that left-hand side of the court, that's dangerous. These boys are going to have to keep that lower than that if they want to keep Vish at home there.
So a bit of a momentum swing.
Ooh, that serve might have just gone wide. Just cutting across that ball a little bit too much. Looking to add some slice there. Just drags it wide.
So you've actually been on the court yourself this tournament, haven't you?
Yes, I managed to have the afternoon off my Pickleball Australia role yesterday to play some doubles with Dave Richardson, which was lots of fun. I don't get it out on the court that often anymore, so it was a great opportunity for me to get out there and have some fun with Dave in the men's doubles 35 plus event.
So let's talk your job, and you must be very excited about these events coming to Australia, and also the announcements of professional pickleball leagues starting up. So some cash flow coming to players, but also the opportunity to build friendships with other countries.
Fantastic. Yeah, exactly right. It's great to have Jan and the Pickleball Global team here this weekend for this international event. Jan always does a great job in delivering tournaments, and he brings a real friendly atmosphere. He's one of the nicest, most genuine people in the world of pickleball, and we're very grateful that Jan has brought this event here, and hopefully we can build on this for future years. 6-9-1 here, and a missed drop attempt there by Martin, but the Pickleball Australia world's evolving very quickly, Tony. Each day it changes. There's more news, there's more updates. If you told me we're going to have professional pickleball in 2023 in Australia, I would have told you were crazy, but here we are.
That's right, here we are. And also, we've now got a pathway for lots of people coming into our game.
Lots of opportunities, that's correct. And this is only going to be of great benefit for the sport. And I think there's a lot of exciting opportunities for all the players. So let's see where we can go with it. All right, Caden and Taylor do have the ball back in hand. They've gone 1 or 2 side outs now, I think, without scoring any points from this end. So judging by that, a lot of points have been scored from the end that Martin and Vish are up. Now, there's clearly a factor, an environmental factor here at hand. So if Taylor and Caden are going to finish this match out, they're going to have to do it from potentially the harder ends.
And I wonder if they knew that before they did the toss this morning. Just earlier, I should say.
Potentially, and I'm not sure who was successful in the toss and who chose end, but maybe Martin and Vish knew that and they wanted to finish up the good end, and hence that might have been a decision they made. Yeah,
and didn't use a timeout, knowing that they might have that little advantage.
Ball being moved around from the left to the right of the court here. Everyone's getting some action in this point. Great ball there by Martin Clark, really stretching Taylor here. Taylor's really having to use his legs, get down to these dinks. Great spot there by Vish. That extra bit of top spin on there really challenged Caden there.
And for tall boys to get down that far, that's what's needed if you're on the other side of the net.
All right, Vish serving at 6-9 on 1. It's a great drop. Here he comes. Yeah. But that was all set up with that really heavy drop there by Vish. It has so much spin, and Taylor's thinking that he can reach it and take it out of the air, but it's dropping so quickly, Taylor then has to lift his volley up, and Vish saw that moment and he charged, took the next ball out of the air. Oh, that might have been a let.
Yeah, that will be a replay. If it's...
Yes, so that hit for those at home, that hit the bar across the bottom of the net, the support beam. So that is a replay of the point, which Martin and Vish will be very happy about, Tony.
Oh, Martin lifting one, and then Taylor was all over it. Oh, sorry, Vish lifting one. Oh, so Taylor's getting a little aggressive now.
Great speed up there. He didn't want to muck around that dink rally like last time. He came off second best in that point last time when there was a lot of dinks played. Also some insight, this is 3 out of the 4 players that played the Australian Nationals men's doubles final in 2022. At that point, it was Caden and Taylor taking on Wes Vine and Martin Clark, and that was a massive match that I believe went 11-8 in the third game, and obviously Caden and Taylor are our national champions here, so they are very familiar with each other, these players.
Yes, and we were in the interview last night. Caden said they've got their eyes on trying to retain their title, so he's dragging Taylor back to the court,
yes.
Kicking and screaming.
Yes, they are heading down to Sydney to defend their Australian Nationals title, and wouldn't they like this Oceania title as well, just to add to that.
It's a nice looking medal. Have you seen the medals?
Yes, they are. I like how different they are. They're very unique. Jan's done a great job at designing that. What a point. Martin Clark is up and about and is excited about that, and so he should be. This is getting very interesting.
It is. We've got a good game on our hands.
It was only probably a couple of minutes ago that it was 2-9 on 1, I believe, Tony.
Oh.
Great spot there. I've also noticed a bit of a directional change here in the last couple of minutes from Taylor going back in behind Vish.
That's right.
And he's having some success there. Vish is looking for that lefty to come across and swing at that ball and poach. So Taylor's doing a good job at keeping Vish honest by going back in behind him, and that's going to potentially, there it is again, but great pick up by Vish there. Oh, minus maybe one step off there. All right, Caden.
So you see what the boys can do now. Like you said, they haven't scored.
It's been a long time between drinks for these boys. And maybe this is the time for them to take a timeout when they've got the ball back in hand.
Yeah, do you see that often? We often see timeouts when players are trying to break that momentum.
Yes, yep, definitely.
Without the serve.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that tactic?
Certainly have. Has it worked? I can't comment.
Oh, that was amazing.
Caden nearly digged out the near impossible ball there, but what a great point by all 4 players there. All right, now will they unwind this stack, Martin and Vish here? Let's see what's happening. Yes, going back to their normal sides. Great drive there on the third. Good drop on the 5th. Taylor looking for an Ernie. Oh, great volley there by Caden, considering Taylor was off the court attempting an Ernie, and Caden kept his cool. Okay, they get to 10. They're the first of double figures, Tony.
Just the pressure of Taylor trying that move.
It does have a big effect. It certainly does.
So we're seeing Taylor on the other side this time.
Oh, I would not put it there on that Vishal backhand. That is lethal. That's a no-go zone.
That's true. I like the communication that Taylor has. If you're playing with him, you know your duties.
He's very clear with his communication. That's one of the The good things about playing with Taylor, you know your position on the court. Oh, can Vish get there? He does. Oh, silky smooth.
Nice touch.
That's the paddle tennis background coming out there with hands like that.
Yeah, so let's look at the backgrounds of all these players. Like you just said, paddle for Taylor.
Yes.
We know that Caden's had a good tennis.
High-level tennis player, yes, very experienced, very credentialed. Going ATP, he does, and he gets it. Yeah, so most of these players have all come from tennis. Their backgrounds, with the exception of Taylor, who also has that padel background and still plays high-level padel.
That's amazing to keep a couple of spots going. That's going wide. So we've got a comment from Sue Brooks. Do you know a Sue Brooks?
Sue Brooks, president of Harvey Bay Pickleball Club, actually, my hometown.
She said it's great to get you back on, great to hear your voice.
It has been a while since I've commentated, Tony. It's since IFP Bainbridge Cup in Mumbai 2022 that I last commentated. So it has been a long time between drinks for me too.
But you're a natural, and your high-level play gives you great insight.
All right.
And your knowledge of these guys, of course.
Yes, I have had the pleasure of playing doubles with all of these players. Probably not Vish so much. I played some rec with Vish, but obviously Taylor and I, Martin and I have been doubles players on and off for the last couple of years, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with those guys on the court.
So another comment we've got on the live stream is just the confirmation of the other semi-final that's following this event. So we will have Mitch and Jay taking on Andrew and Mark.
Great third drive there. Oh, Martin doesn't miss that shot very often. 11-7 on 1. Great communication there from Taylor. Ooh, Martin taking a step back there though. Just a miscommunication there though. Maybe just a great position there by Martin too.
I've seen a few backward steps from Martin. That's not his normal
He definitely
style.
probably likes taking it off the bounce more. He can definitely take it on the volley, but he's at his best when he is taking that little step back, and he likes to either mix it up with either driving it off the bounce or dinking it back. And both those shots and his take back look exactly the same, and that's the deceptive thing. You don't know exactly what's coming with that shot because the take back of the paddle looks exactly the same for both.
That's right, he's highly skilled. He can get away with that because as a coach we don't recommend that you take those backward steps.
No, it's definitely very unique for his game, but it definitely works for him, so. All right, good hops there by Caden. Not surprised that he got up to that. Doesn't want to jump too high though.
Yes, you wouldn't want to try the lob too often with these tall timbers.
Taylor would love to have that volley back. Just a bit of a brick on that one, just sitting that volley up right in the wheelhouse of Vish, and Vish is not going to let you have another look at that one. All right, we're at 8-11, I believe. On 2, if I'm correct. Kylie will soon give us confirmation there. So another Harvey Bay local out there, actually. Tony, Kylie Dunn, Harvey Bay.
Oh.
Okay. A lot of traffic is now going the direction of Taylor Smith, and from my perspective, Vish and Martin have been on a really good run here. I think Caden and Taylor perhaps need to look at A, a timeout, or B, getting Caden on the left-hand side of the court here to try and change something.
They did try that earlier, but they didn't stick with it. It was only a couple of points.
That may go long. Oh, it's called in. Oh, off the line. I think tactically the wrong play there again. Taylor taking on the Vish double-handed backhand hasn't ended well for Taylor and Caden in these points tonight. So, or if he is going to go to the backhand, you've got to get it low in behind him.
Nice soft touch.
Great get by Vish. Taylor spreading the court. Martin's going to get that. Oh, great overhead. Big drive coming from Martin. Vish crossing. Oh.
Well, they've got the serve here. Let's see if they can...
They have. But we've got a 1-point ball game now, Tony.
We do. And just remember, we're only playing to 15, so sometimes you'd love to see an extra set or two, but in this format...
With this quality, I would love to see this as best of 3. How good would that be?
We could be here all night, though.
We could be here all night. Okay, Taylor holding his... Okay, that's that play again.
I'm surprised that no one's used the timeout.
Oh, there you go. Right on cue, Coach Tony. You called it. All right, so that's good that Taylor and Caden have taken a timeout here. That's really important.
They've still got the serve, so they've got some time to think and make the adjustments needed.
Yeah, correct. They've got the serve and they're still up by 1 point. So it's a wise timeout. You've got 2 of them. You can't take them with you after the match. Let's try and disrupt some of this rhythm of Martin and Michelle. Let's go have a think about what we're going to do when we get back on this court. And if I was Taylor and Caden, I would stop trying to go back in behind Vish now. He's on to you. He's sitting on that backhand. I'd also potentially looking at getting Caden on the left just for a different view here for Martin and Vish.
Yes, yeah, that's well said, because they did try it earlier, but they didn't stick with it. I think if they just stick to it for a couple extra points, they could have seen how it played out.
And they're both so capable and competent. Like, it's not that maybe Taylor is better on the right or Caden's better on the left, whatever it may be. It's just to give your opponents a different view and disrupt that rhythm.
Yeah, because all these guys are on the court quite often. They play everywhere, they train everywhere. They're ready for any situation. But you do have your favourite spots and you do have your favourite shots, and that can be your downfall sometimes.
Correct, yes. All right, 11-10 on 2. Okay. All right.
Okay, so we didn't see too much adjustment.
There wasn't any adjustments there, unfortunately. Perhaps they're just going to go on execution and go, okay, I believe that I can execute my game plan, and we're going to back that game plan. Let's see what Vish and Martin can do with the ball here. Jeff.
Taylor's way off court.
Oh, that was a great... Taylor was moving for that Ernie before Vish even hit that ball.
And he continued 3 or 4 metres past.
He did have to carry his body weight momentum behind.
That one's going out.
Okay, he got that one, but once again, into the wheelhouse of Vish. And I don't know, live by the sword, die by the sword. Is that the intention here, Tony?
Very true. Okay, but they got the ball back. It didn't cost them any points. And they've still got the lead, so it's not panic stations.
They would love to get off 11 here, though.
Yes.
I think if they can get to get to 12, and that gets Caden on the left, I think a point could come quite quickly here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win one of these next 2 points, just because Caden is on the left here.
Well, they got that one, so let's see if he stays on that side.
All right.
Maybe a third shot drop might have been better then.
It got quite low on him quite quickly, that return, and he was trying to drive that from around his ankles. Couldn't quite pull it off. And Caden has quite a high grip as well for the people at home. You can see how high up the grip towards the paddle face that Caden actually holds the paddle. That gives him great control, especially when he's up the front of the court. That's why he's so consistent with his dinks and his hands around the net. But maybe it's a little bit harder to hit that drive from the back of the court with that grip.
Yeah, he does have the fingers on the paddle face, doesn't he?
And you generally see that from table tennis players.
You do.
And I did not know that Caden Hensel was a table tennis player. So we might ask him that after the match and go, tell us about your table tennis pedigree, Caden.
Well, you can do those honours if you like. You can take the. I think Sue Brooks might be happy for you to take that interview.
If we're talking to them after the match, we don't know that yet. This game still has a lot in it. Okay, they're going short on Vish again, but he has great wheels. Great point. Really good defense. Oh, Taylor liked that one.
He's pumped. He's pumped. He's giving a fist to the crowd. So that was a point?
But see,
just a serve.
I'm
Change it
liking
on.
Taylor on the right-hand side here. This matchup for these boys seems so much better with Taylor on the right. That could go... No, it's just going to go long. A little bit high there with the third. All right.
So we've got another live stream comment from Aaron Blitz this time. He's commented on you wearing a jacket in Queensland, saying you wouldn't survive in Melbourne, mate.
Well, lucky I have no intentions of moving to Melbourne, Aaron, but it is definitely not it doesn't feel like Gold Coast weather up here at the moment. And if you're not moving, as you can see on the sideline, spectators, fans are currently rugged up on that sideline. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. That was absolutely silky smooth. Uh-oh. Oh.
That brings up match point there.
And we were stuck at 11 there for a long time and quickly to 14. And the rain is starting to come down out here.
Oh, that's a shame.
Only very lightly. The boys will be looking to get this point, and they don't. So it'll be interesting to see what the referees do here. It's a side out, 10-14-1. It's only lightly spitting, but as we know, these lines can get quite slippery. The spectators are moving for cover here, so I'm interested to see the call.
Looks like the referees are coming in.
Referees. Caden might be wanting to stop. I think they're calling it unsafe. Yep. We are going to have a stoppage of play here now at a very interesting moment.
It was just heating up, and we nearly had a finish, and the serve was going over, so we could have...
We had the match point at this end, and they didn't convert. It'll be interesting to see what happens when these players come back to the court, hopefully in the not-too-distant future.
Yes, so stay with us, because we're sure to have some more play. I haven't got the radar app going yet, but please hang around and join us, because there's some exciting matches, and I'm so excited to see the next semi-final.
Yeah, look, coming up next we have a WA pair.
They do.
Andrew and Michael.
And they're taking on two of the hottest players in Australia. One's a Kiwi.
Well, they don't need no introduction, you know. We've seen them at this event having some great success recently in the singles, Mitch and Jay. So they've been doing very well here in events in Australia the last few days,
yes,
weeks, and obviously Mitch for the last 12 months as well. So that should be a great semi-final, and I'm sure the viewers at home, and especially the viewers in WA, will be very excited to see two of their own.
Yes, that's right. Well, they're a couple of hours behind, so they're probably just finishing work maybe, and
just finishing work, yeah,
settling in for the night. But I was actually speaking to Andrew, and he said when they knew they were going to play, Mitch and Jay, he was not phased at all. He said, let's just go for it. So
you've got nothing to lose out there, do they? And those two boys both have big games. They both have tennis backgrounds, so they are very good at shaking and baking.
Yes.
Big drives, following up with a big volley. I presume Mitch and Jay might struggle with it at first potentially until they work out what's happening. And, you know, their IQ of pickleball is high because
yes,
of their experience and their knowledge of the game. So I imagine they may clue on, but let's see what happens.
That's right. And we might go to some commercial breaks. Not good.
Alrighty, well we have it. It's not heavy rain, but it's, as you can see on the live stream, it's enough to wet the court. It will be very interesting to see. I can't imagine these courts drying over very quickly, so please stay tuned for updates. We'll update you guys as soon as possible, but hopefully we see you back here tonight, and thank you for joining us here at the 2023 Oceania Pickleball Open.
Okay, see you soon. Good. I took a guess. That was the right button.
living good, I've been blessed, yeah. Shout out all my enemies, all the best. You can set me free or give me death, man, I'm on my way, yeah. Y'all can find out, you on time out. You been dealing with the devil, where you sign at? Yeah, oh Lord, you getting financed. Me, I'm talking ownership, baby, that's where my mind at. Try that, yeah, me, I threw my money down. And you know that it's good, we can skip the run around. And I don't need no yes, man, I'm all the way down. Yo, and I am not for sale, that's in case you couldn't tell, but y'all know better now. You can set me free or give me death, yeah. Living good, I've been blessed, yeah. Shout out all my enemies, all the best. You can set me free or give me death, man, I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way. set me free or give me death, yeah. Living good, I've been blessed, yeah. Shout out all my enemies, all the best. You can set me free or give me death, man, I'm on my way, yeah. You can find out, you on timeout. You been dealing with the devil, where you sign at? Yeah, oh Lord, you getting financed. Me, I'm talking ownership, baby, that's where my mind at. Try that, yeah, me, I threw my money down. And you know that it's good, we can skip the run around. And I don't need no yes, man, I'm all the way down. Yo, and I am not for sale, that's in case you couldn't tell, but y'all know better now. You can set me free or give me death, yeah. Living good, I've been blessed, yeah. Shout out all my enemies, all the best. You can set me free or give me death, man, I'm on my way, yeah.